Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another Yugioh Pro Duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. Konami is quite quiet with their new support, so well, again, let's just continue with the Cross-Banlist Cup series. Next matchup here in Group D, the first match, we have Toadally Heroes, one of the few Heroes variants here in this year's Cross-Banlist Cup. It's paired up against Windups, more specific the Windup Shocklock 2012-2013. Made some small changes here, adding a Shadow Mist. But for the rest, I think very standard, you know, with all the full Solemn Brigade bar, the regular Solemn Judgment, but, you know, triple instant fusion, having access to Northern and Bahamut Shark. The second deck list, we have Windups Shocklock. This is very early 2013, first place YCS Bokum from Alpai. But again, the key cards were in this particular list, and I'm looking at Shockmaster, Triple Magician, access to the one of Sen Mighty, and yeah, that's the power, right? The hand traps are also here in this particular deck list. As for the votes, again, like always, feel free to leave a vote for the next matchup. It should be in the top right corner, like the eye. Again, feel free to leave your votes. So which deck has the advantage? Well, as you see here in the votes, 70 to 30. That feels quite... I'm not really sure. I mean, of course, I know the final score, but still, it feels that I think Windups should have at least more percentages compared to Toadally Heroes. You know, because of the full back rows, and Heroes do have weaknesses against cards like Dimensional Prison or Bottomless Trap Hole, for example, right? But yeah, Windup Rabbit as well, you know, I mean, Windups is still very powerful, so 70-30 feels kinda iffy. Anyway, so going second here this time, I'm playing with Heroes against Windups. So again, the problem here with Heroes is that I can't attack with Dark Law into, let's say, 3 back row. Prison, for example, so I can't risk that, but again, if this particular matchup turns into a grind game, I think I should be losing, or Heroes should be losing this one against Windups, but eventually force out one of the back rows, being Phoenix Chain. So I think, well, this should be a Bahamut totally awesome time, I guess, but he does use, at least he does burn the Solemn Judgment, sacrificing half of his life points to prevent the Bahamut Shark, and eventually also the Totally Awesome from coming out. And a bit unfortunate, he does have a Monster Reborn as a follow-up play, and this is definitely a problem. Heroes doesn't run too many monsters, and you know how it goes, right? The opponent, this was actually a deck as in running like the Windup Rabbit stun deck, multiple traps, and just relying on Thunder King and the Windup Rabbit to dodge your opponent's disruption, one for one disruption and back row, and just basically play the grind game. And against this deck that's quite strong, keep recycling your, keep using your Windup Rabbits, banishing your Windup Magician, for example, or Windup Rat, and then just use it next turn to reborn another Windup Rabbit or another Magician, use the effect again, and the deck list, or the deck in general, is very, very powerful. And as I mentioned before, if this matchup is turning into a grind game, Heroes can't win this one. And again, it's just a matter of time. Okay, Dark Law is going to get rid of one card in my opponent's hand, but in the long run, it's not going to matter. Still has normal summon, still has so many Exceed plays, he still has a Zen Mighty, by the way. Okay, Dimensional Barrier is, of course, quite solid, but he just has too much advantage. And yeah, again, I can't wait, but still, I believe it's the same 2 back rows as in the beginning of the duel, I think so. So yeah, of course, it was a huge tell. It would, like, be Torrential Tribute maybe, or especially Dimensional Prison. Floodgate Trap Hole is cute, but here in this situation it's not going to matter too much, so easy win here, 1-0 in favor of Windups. Yeah, there is a Zenmayo popping the 2 face downs. It has to pop at least 2 face downs, but yeah, whatever, right? Let's hop into game number 2. So I start off, I have to start right. The deck wants to start, especially because of the Totally Awesome combo, Dark Law, right, preventing my opponent from getting too many pluses, and he's eventually going to make, this is definitely a good move, going for Zen main, so potential tell that he does have the Torrential Tribute set. Not sure how many Torrential Tributes the Windup deck is playing. I think 2 indeed, but the Twin Twister just simplifies the game state, I guess. And this should be exactly 8k damage, I think, thanks to the Shadow Mist Surge into, you know, Bubble Man, opening up the rank 4 Exceed play, going for Gagaga Samurai. No, this is a little over 8k, believe 8,200, but again, the very sweet OTK. So 1-1, game number 3. The opponent starts off and opening Thunder King is very powerful against heroes, luckily doubled, yeah, well, at least one desires to get some extra potential pluses, but running to the, I believe, the one-off Veiler, that's fine. He's under his own Thunder King as well. Well, Thunder King, of course, can screw over your opponent, but if you have something like Wind Up Factory, you can't search on your own, so I guess it's fine. Use Hero Lifts. He does reveal one of the 2 Maxis in the deck. I think I have to strike that, since I think I should be able to go for game, or at least force out the back row, either Prison or Torrential Tribute or whatever, Fiendish Chain, whatever. Doesn't really matter too much to eventually set up a huge field, as in Totally Awesome backed up by 2 back rows. And I believe, yeah, Floodgate, Trapple and Barrier to some extent is definitely quite strong. The Totally Awesome is going to be forced out, yep indeed, by the Heavy Storm. Give it to me. And Totally Awesome getting back the Tin Goldfish. 2 sets, that's not that threatening, especially because of the draw here with Twin Twister again coming in very, very clutch. I can't go for game, yeah, Bahamut Shark is not able to attack, just making sure that well, it's not, well, yeah, it doesn't really matter what this wine I'm going to set. That is not, at least that is a potential threat. So yeah, Heroes leading 2-1. So it's definitely looking good for Heroes, but this time going second, and that's definitely a problem. So again, windups opening, and he pretty much opens up full combo. And I don't think, no, Heroes indeed is not running any hand traps, no Maxis. It wasn't that common, but okay, Heroes did have the option to main deck multiple Maxis, but still with Bubble Man it didn't feel too optimal. And I've seen deck lists, they will just be siding the Maxis instead. But opening the full Shock Lock here, that's a problem. I think calling spells, but Rafflesia is a very sweet and delicious counter to that particular field. Opt to leave the Zen Mayo on the side of the field. I mean, any Exceed on this particular field would have forced out the Solemn Strike, but yeah, the Dark Hole. The Dark Hole is definitely a problem. I wasn't sure if I should have changed the Mass Change for Acid popping the 2 back rows, or is it missing time? At least, is it triggering in the end? I'm not really sure. Like, you know, if I use this chain, the mass change to the Dark Hole, you know, the acid, I believe it's called acid, will hit the field, but I'm not really sure if it will get the effect. Again, feel free to let me know. Might be important for future duels, but in the long run, again, okay, after some thinking, up to chain another mass change and go for Dark Lord, but you know, well knowing he does have the Wind Up Rabbit still banished and Wind Up Reds, I believe. Yeah, to go for potential rank 3 Exceed play, that's a problem. He can go for Leviathan, he can definitely go for Acid Golem. Zen Mains is also a good option to get a search here in the end phase, a good play. But yeah, go for Castell, the Fiendish Chain is forced out. This is basically game over. Even without the Fiendish Chain, it wouldn't have mattered too much. He has too many pluses ready. Especially, you know, Banish, Wind Up Rabbit, the Banished Magician. He has too many pluses, right? There's the Maestro. Back in the old school days, the Maestro Jin, the rank 4 Exceed, was one of the best rank 4 monsters back then. But yeah, anyways, going into a very important game number 5, I have to start, and I open with Monk. Monk is so good, opening no Maxi, no Veiler, and then I should be in a very, very solid position. None of them, so this is good, ending with Totally Awesome and 2 back row, one of those back rows being the Mass Change, so potentially searching, or well, you know, going for Dark Law and getting another hero search, hero being Bubble Man basically. So getting a search, and especially thanks to Totally Awesome, got back the Tin Goldfish, so I'm set to go, especially because of his Heavy Storm. If it wasn't for Heavy Storm, he definitely could have gone back, I guess, especially because of a Torrential set and Compulse as well for the potential Toad. But yeah, okay, this should be game, I think. Yeah, double Gagaga Samurai, some extra damage, and yep, indeed, the another mass. Is it the 3rd mass change? I think so. Eventually going for game. So I think we have a well-deserved winner here with Heroes. Quite of a close match. I mean, Yeah, back row and heroes do struggle against back row decks, and Shocklock, Wind-Up Rabbit, just picking away those cards from the opponent. But still, again, a well-deserved winner here, Toadally Heroes, in getting the 3 points against Wind-Up. So next matchup, again, like always, feel free to leave your predictions. We have Yugioh, old school OCG Yugioh, by the way, with triple soul charge, triple teleport. It's going to take on Volcanics. Pure good old Volcanics from 2015. So again, like always, feel free to leave your prediction. Upper right corner, the I or feel free to leave a comment. Okay, guys, this is it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.